Okay, we're gonna show a little thing off here. Something we've had this for a while, guys, but I've never showed it on the live stream, I don't think. But this is something I use for day hikes here and around the the property where I live here. If I travel to the base camp or whatever. But this is a Polish bread bag, military surplus, and I use this for a haversack. Now the thing, you don't really have a very long, strap there, but it works, and it's not an adjustable strap at all. So that's one downfall to it, and it's just fixed on these D-rings sewed in. But there is room, like if you had a longer strap, I guess you'd have to cut this off and find you one, and you would be able to attach it to the D-rings if you had snaps or something like that. But the Polish bread bag there, I kind of use that for some type of makeshift haversack. But it's packed full of gear, and just wanted to show that off there. But it's pretty cool. Oh, you like that? Yeah, it's nice. I got it fastened up here. I guess what we can do is kind of show off what's in it. I mean, my kit might be a whole lot different. Like Walk Outdoors said a while ago, how everybody's different, as far as what content they make, no matter their location or regional area. But yeah, the Polish bread bag, I'm trying to show it off there, but I've done the buckles, and if you look right here, you got another little buckle there there's a strap up here, but you got two little slip pockets right here, which is pretty cool. And right here in this first slip pocket, I got a little folding knife. But right there is just a little buck knife, a little wooden handled buck knife. You see there, thumb stud and all. Just a folder with the clip, pocket clip. Just kind of an extra knife to have besides the one I might have on my hip. You know what I mean? So that's the redundancy of knives right there. And also in the bag, guys, and we talked about this a while ago, and there's the fire line once again, guys. How many of y'all have seen that before? Well, we got the video coming out soon on the fire line. I know at least one or two other content creators that have already made tests and reviews videos of this knife. And my brother JTD Outdoors is one. But see, I got the orange inlays there. I like that kind of blaze orange look. But nice knife. That would be the one on my hip, guys. And, we got some rope there. That's more like a 1/4-inch rope than it is, say, paracord or anything. It's a big hank of rope. Oh, what else we got here? Guys, right here is a little pocket stove, little twig stove. It actually comes with a little saucer if you wanted to put denatured alcohol in, but a little twig stove. It's not put together, but comes in this little pouch. Not this little pouch, but this black pouch right here. Oh, I hit the microphone. I always do that. But there's the little twig stove. And then we just had this little, there we go. Another little military surplus, like a little pouch. It even has the old Alice clips right there on the back of that for the old Alice packs in the Army. Which an Alice pack is a great pack to use bushcrafting or just going to the woods. Oh, there's Beantown Bushcraft, my good buddy there. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. I always tried to go back and make sure I didn't miss anything. I ain't seen Dutch Blackfeather. What happened to old Dutch? He ain't commented much lately. Oh, you got an Alice pack too, Loke? That's cool. But continuing on, I got this little camo pouch here. That's just something, guys, that I picked up from, say, I don't know where it was from. Someplace. It's not ripstop nylon, I don't think, but it's held up for a while. I've had this for a long time. Just something to keep different things in. But in here I got, this is kind of like a sewing kit. But right there's some stuff. There's a little pair of scissors in there. There's plenty of thread in there if you look. You see that thread? Different things. So a sewing kit. There's there's an actual pair of scissors, guys. You never know. You might need a pair of scissors in the woods. But yeah, little sewing kit there to go in that bag. And if I'm boring you guys, please let me know. But we're just showing off some stuff. Here's another little military surplus type pouch. Now this has got MOLLE straps on it. And you see, I don't have a whole lot of traditional stuff, but this bread bag could present itself as somewhat traditional. Yeah, military surplus little thing. Nice little beefy buckle right there. Plus Velcro. And guys, right here is my cordage bag. You know, I had that hank of rope there, but you see I got some more cordage here. There's a big hank of paracord. It's kind of unruly. And here's another little hank, or big long hank of more rope right there. So, I mean, we got plenty of cordage. What else we got down in there? Okay. Looks like that's it there. Just some stuff to take hiking with us when we go. We don't always take this, but we had this in the bag, guys. But what is that? Everybody know what that is, don't you? A little slingshot there. Not bad to have. Okay, let's see. A camo bandana type deal. You could either use it as a face mask because it's one of those tube-like things. You know what I mean? Or you can slip it over your head instead of tying it. But you can use that for a bandana to filter water. But it's camo. And then we had the same thing in a blaze orange, so we could use that to signal with. And then just a regular old cotton bandana right here to use as well. So you got that. Okay, there's the knife sheath. And one more thing here, and then it's just a nice little flashlight going on. You see that deal? Gotta have light if you never know. You might need some flashlight. So that's everything in the kit there, at least for now. I mean, there's plenty of things we can add. Plenty of things. Oh, wait a minute. There's not everything. I forgot one thing. And that's this pouch right here. This little black pouch. Guys, I picked this up at a Goodwill, like thrift store like place. And that's one of the best places I've found to get gear, even nice gear. But in this pouch, I got kind of a first aid kit. But there, I got an emergency poncho right there. Then right here in this zippered pocket right here, there's an emergency space blanket. Right there. You see that? And in the big zippered pouch inside there is a first aid kit. There's a bottle of insect repellent. Not really no brand name type stuff, but just something I got in a first aid kit, but I made a specialized one for this day hunt kit. So there's that. And then in here, another little pouch. All kinds of pouches. We like pouches, but there you got some type of ouchie boo-boo type kit. You know, mostly Band-Aids, antibiotic cream, different things like that. Maybe some, you know, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, some aspirin, things like that. So, you know, I'm a firm believer in having some type of first aid with you, no matter when you go out. Even if you're in the truck, the ATV, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? On foot. Always have something there that you can dress a wound with somewhat. But there, yeah, the Polish bread bag, somewhat of a kit there. We was going to show that last week, and then we had kind of an impromptu change in what was going on, so we showed it off this week. Let's see. Okay, we'll catch up with the chat a little bit. Beantown joined us. Good to see Beantown here tonight. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone being here. Of course, I've said that numerous times. And it's hard sometimes to always keep up with the chat because I don't like to be the type of host that, just is looking at the chat. And I like to play off what the chat says a lot of times and do things to make the stream flow better. But I don't like to just sit there and look at every comment because, sometimes, it might just seem slow like that. You learn different things when you start doing this type of live streams and things like that. So it's best to kind of just keep rambling on. Well, thank you, Miss Natalie, about that. Thanks very much. I'm kind of I like good gear. I do. I like economical gear, too. But, I can go out there and buy the most expensive pack there are, which I know would be great gear to use because the stitching would be great. Like, say, the Hidden Woodsman, for example. Great gear, great bags, great packs, great haversacks, whatever it might be, pouches. And there's some out there that's not so great. But, I tend to go to the more economical, budget-friendly type gear. And then I repurpose a lot of stuff as well. As you've seen what's in that pack. Now, this right here, I told you this was military surplus, but I didn't get that from a military surplus place. I got that from Amazon, that bread bag right there. But, I would like to get a more traditional type haversack. And you can make haversacks. Dutch Blackfeather, I know he's made his own haversacks out of like oak sacks, I think it was, or something like that. Dutch, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe some type of oatmeal type sack or something like that. But I took old onion sacks, guys, that I used to work at a grocery store, right? And we would get onion sacks. So I would, instead of just ripping those open, you know how those onion sacks are like mesh type stuff? Well, a lot of times people would rip them open so they could place their onions out, right? Well, I would try to open them up real carefully so it would still be an intact bag after emptied. And I would use them to forage with, forage in the woods for wild edibles. And use those bags, to hold whatever it is I was able to get. A fire tender, say birch bark or, any type of dry type grass or anything. Even fat wood. So those are good sacks and things like that to use for foraging. Or even using a haversack for foraging. Dutch Blackfeather made one out of a bean bag. Dutch says he needs this bread bag that'll be his next. Yeah, I think you're right. We all have a bag obsession. I think I always did. Speaking of, bag obsession, I would always buy a different bag every year when I worked out on the river, something to use as luggage as far as packing the stuff I needed. Because, see, guys, I lived on the boat, lived there for 28 days at a time. And then you got off, and you could stay home for 28 days. But it was a good job. I did enjoy it. But I would, I had the old Army duffel bags that I would use. And I'm thinking, you know what, you can't, you can pack those pretty well, but, you always have to put something at the bottom and you never know when you might need to get to it. So an Army duffel bag is something good to use if you're never going to open it until you get to your destination. Yeah. Miss April said got about 100 onion sacks. Your son had one for his bag on a hike. Exactly right. I mean, you could pack your gear in a grocery sack if you want to get in the woods bad enough. You know what I mean? I'm April. You have a backpack issue and don't care. Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And if you can see behind me here, we got more bags. Other stuff as well. But, yeah, good deal. Good deal. Guys, we're still holding strong with 10 people in the house. That's a great deal. I do appreciate it. Well, I guess we can go on a few more minutes here a minute. We'll continue on with a little more kit. Y'all want to do that? And some of y'all might make fun of you, but along with that haversack or that bread bag, with what I got on it, I also plan on sometimes taking this deal. And guys, if you don't know what this is just a fanny pack. Some of you might not might not agree with wearing something on your waist. I don't know. But it's a fanny pack with a nice belt. It came from Walmart, guys. It's an Ozark Trail, as you see there. But it's not a bad little thing. But inside this, you got a front zipper pocket right there. Even though it came from Walmart, those zippers seem pretty decent. They catch a little bit, but not too bad. But inside this one, and inside that pocket, I got just an emergency whistle. Just something to have on me. You never know. I might fall. I'm not the, slick-footed person in the world, so sometimes I might trip and fall, but I'll have a whistle on me that I can use, and not scream at people. But this is just an old Coughlin emergency whistle. It's got a button compass there. It's got that deal where got a magnifying glass. So you could probably use that maybe to start a fire if you had to. And on this back is a thermometer, but I don't think that thermometer works very well. Can y'all see that? And on this is just a neck lanyard, which is pretty cool, guys. It's a U.S. Army. Go Army. GoArmy.com. Check it out. Neck lanyard. And it's got a buckle to where I could just take this off. See how it separates there? That's pretty cool. But wear that around my neck just to have something just in case, because I don't want to scream at people. Try to get their attention and say, hey, I'm hurt. So we got that. Also in that pocket is just a very cheap, small headlamp. It's decently bright. So, it's always good to have a headlamp, I think, so you can be hands-free. But then we have the other flashlight in the bread bag as a redundancy. See, that's all in that front pouch, right? And then if we go on down here, I got just a pair of gloves. You never know. Camo black gloves right there. And we do have another knife in this one. This is the Mora heavy-duty companion knife with the olive drab handle and sheath. Some people don't like these Mora knives because they're injection molded and stuff like that. They don't have an antler handle or a wooden handle. But they're decent knives, decent bushcraft knives. As you see up there, Scandi grind and whatnot. It doesn't have a 90-degree spine, and that's one bad thing about the heavy-duty companion. But you can put a 90-degree spine on there very easily. And most of y'all know that. But we got that knife in that hip pouch. Okay, right here's a small little fire kit, guys. We have that in the hip pouch. And right here is just some, that is black and white fire starter type cotton ball stuff and some fat wood in there. Give a little shout out to Black and White Fire Starter for no reason. But we got that in a Ziploc bag. And then we got a little pouch connected to this pouch. That pouch had the tinder in it, right? The fire starters. And then here we got a book of matches, guys. Everybody's saying, "What? He's just going to the woods with a book of matches?" And a small hotel book of matches at that. No. We also have a ferro rod here. And we got bigger ferro rods, but we got this one in this kit. So there's your ferro rod. There's your striker. Alright. And let's see what else we got in here. Guys, we got a pair of pocket binoculars. Whoa! I dropped it. But a pair of pocket binoculars. I don't know. For some reason, I dropped it. And also, right here is my lensatic compass. Right there. So, that's what's, all in the kit there. Pretty good little kit going on. But just something I put together to show off. That's what we'll be taking out when we go to film, some more on the Fireline knife. We'll be filming and doing our actual test and review with that. Doing some feather sticking and maybe batoning. Maybe trying to baton, see what it does. I think it'll hold up. I think that's a robust knife. I think it feels great in the hand, too. So I think anybody should try to pick this up if they can and see what they think about it. It's right there on Amazon. You'll be able to find it there, either by searching for Holtzman Gorilla or Fireline knife, maybe. Feels great in the hand. It really does. right there, that handle. It does. Great knife, I think. $10.95, high carbon steel.